This is your first day. Your designation will be RP-01/138. We expect great things from you. You have been born into dangerous times. A sharp mind can be the key to survival. But as often as not, it will be your inherent physical traits that win the day. And in this regard, you will be superior to your more common brethren. For you are a commando, an elite unit, something truly special. Your weapons, your armor, and most importantly, your brothers.
Men, listen up.
Delta Squad, form up.
Forming up, boss.
Delta Squad forming up once again. You thought the party was done. You thought it was just going to be Tales of the Empire. But we couldn't leave you on May the 4th with just that. We had to come in hot for the 25th anniversary of The Phantom Menace. Holy hell. We were just talking about it after our Tales of the Empire stream. Some of us jumped on, started playing a little bit of Star Wars video games, and Super Bro Corey goes like, "No, dude, it's not 25 years. You weren't 5 years old when this movie came out. I was 5 years old when this movie came out, and I still remember to this day sitting in the theaters with my good friend Rocco. At the time, he was my best pal. Rocco, if you watch this and you're like, dude, I remember you, hit me up, man. I still remember this. You and I were sitting front row while Corey parents were sitting in the back. We were watching Star Wars. They had little snacks for us, but they also had these little wristbands that came out for Phantom Menace that were different colors. And I wanted at the time the green one because I thought Qui-Gon Jinn just looked cool. But of course, the older brothers, they got to choose first. Corey, I think, picked Darth Maul. The other brother picked Qui-Gon, and I got left with the blue one. And I was like, all right, I guess I'll take it. And you could slap it on, it would roll around your wrist. And it was Obi-Wan Kenobi was on it. And from that moment, after watching the Duel of Fates scene, I was forever team Obi-Wan Kenobi. Kenobi was my boy from then on, and it was just one of those like unforgettable experiences. I just still remember it to this day, like it was just yesterday, of watching this on the big screen for the first time and being in awe of just how freaking awesome this movie was. It still holds that same love for me today. So to be able to share this movie with you guys, our audience, the battalion, our Delta Squad members, this one's gonna be a real treat for me. I really can't believe it's been 25 years, but boy, is this going to be a damn good time today. As always, if this is your first time hanging out with the Bat Channel doing a watch party, I can't show the movie on our YouTube show. Disney would take us down faster than we can say, I have a bad feeling about this. So you're going to have to either pull it up on Disney Plus, or if you're like me, you own it on Vudu, digital, DVD. You own it in many different ways, if even on VHS. So probably before they did all the tweaking of the CGI with Yoda when he was still a puppet. You know what I'm talking about for the original OG fans. Make sure I'm giving you time now to pull up your Disney Plus or wherever you're going to watch it for Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, 1999, ladies and gentlemen. And without further ado, let me go ahead and bring out the best co-host I could ever ask for. He is a Sith sympathizer, Super Bro Corey himself.
What is up, everybody? How are we doing tonight?
How you doing, man?
And I'm doing fantastic. I trimmed it. I put it in a little bit because, like you said, if we were to play something, Disney would take us down. What, faster than Trey?
Faster than saying you got a bad feeling about this.
Absolutely correct, because they did hit us in the last video.
They did. They came after us for having music in the background.
I didn't put it as long, so I put it in there real quick. But Trey, I do want to go back on the slap wristbands for a second that we got for your birthday, and that we brought out and everything like that. And listen here, my love for you guys made me go down the path of the dark side.
Oh,
yes,
really?
Because I knew out of the slap wristbands, Jamie was going to want green. Jamie's the best. And then you were going to probably want the blue one. So I was like, you know what? I'll go with the red one. And that is what led me down to the path of the dark side.
That's what made you a Darth Maul fan, and rightfully
I knew
so,
I was going to like Anakin, but Anakin was too young in episode 1, so I had to be somebody else. And what happened? James bitch ass got the green one. You got the blue lightsaber, and I got the red lightsaber. And I remember fighting you guys with that too.
Dude, we were for Halloween one year. Darth Maul, Corey was Darth Maul, and he got the dual wielding lightsaber. Obi-Wan, I got the little Padawan, hair piece that you could clip on. And Jameson was bitch ass. Qui-Gon Jinn, and we were battling outside, doing what all kids do, making yes, back then kids, we didn't have dope ass lightsabers that when you press a button it actually turns on, and it was just lights and you had to make noises with it. Right. But I am so excited to do this watch party with you guys. Seriously, it's this is just,
what the best toy from episode 1 was, right?
No, what?
You don't know? You don't remember what the best episode 1 toy was?
I probably do once you tell me, but I feel like a lot of cool toys came from this.
I'm gonna show it to you. It's this one right here. The Jar Jar Binks.
Oh my
lollipop,
god! Dude. I forgot about those weird things.
Where it opened up the mouth and shut it.
I don't think Mom ever allowed us to have that. I think she saw that and she's like, "That's weird. That's not happening."
I think we did have one that it was weird, and we're like, "This is weird." I don't think Bob knew what it was at first. She was like,
Disney knew what they were
doing
doing back then, you know. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Well, thank you so much to Beyond the Night for that $2 super chat saying, Cote, Delta Squad, form up. Thank you, dude. It's always good seeing here. I appreciate to see the battalion uniting once again, getting ready for this awesome watch party. Corey, can you play Beyond the Night a little something to say thank you?
Yes, sir.
This is the way.
This is the way.
And then that's not the only super chat we got. We got Batman's thoughts.
Batman's thoughts saying, Obi-Wan, I could try to bring my friend, my brother back to the good side. Too much effort. I'll just kill him instead. I am lazy. Hashtag justice for the fives.
Yeah.
Batman. Wrong. Hey, man. I disagree. I disagree. We already debated this a long time ago, but this debate has continued on. Replay crew, if you want to get in on the debate, if it's your first time, did Obi-Wan give up too early?
A year plus ago?
It's over. It's like 2 years now. We're literally.
I don't think
could be. I think it might. I'll look at it at some point. But Corey, can you play Batman a little something to say thank you?
Absolutely. This one's for you, Batman.
I have failed you, Anakin. I have failed you.
Oh my God. Guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and bring out the Delta Squad themselves. We had them on earlier hanging out with us with our Empire, Tales of the Empire streaming watch party. I'm excited to bring them along once again as we check out this beauty. But here we go.
Which is why we're sending our most qualified squad to investigate. Someone important noted your excellence on Geonosis.
You hear that, Sev? Someone thinks I'm excellent.
Well, at least that makes two of you.
Delta Squad, prepare for low-gravity infiltration. Seal your suits. Good luck.
Woohoo!
Delta Squad, form up.
Forming up, boss.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Hey,
back.
Yeah, thanks for having us back.
Jar Jar tongue pop is the creepiest thing of all time. I can't believe that ever got released.
Though, I feel like it was proof right then and there that Jar Jar Binks is actually the real Sith Lord we've all been looking for.
Well, yeah, George said it himself that Jar Jar is the key to the entire thing. So,
just saying.
I mean, look at his eyes. It was the same as Darth Maul's.
True. Yeah. Let me ask you this, guys. This movie's 25 years old. Holy cow. Did you guys see this movie in theaters? What was your experience like? Let's start with Koji and then Zod.
Yeah, I saw this in theaters. This came out the year I graduated high school. So I'm old.
No, not old.
We had people, they had people who waited a night before us just to save spots, and then I waited like 9 hours. The whole line, everyone became friends. Because before this, we had in theaters the special editions where George Lucas went in and digitized things and made Greedo shoot first and all that weird stuff, and then Jedi rocks, whatever. But those hit theaters. Then we got wind of this. It was just the hype of everything. We were really excited. So yeah, it was whatever the movie is to people, whoever found whoever annoying. That was the most fun in a movie theater I ever had. Seen Star Wars, my third Star Wars movie seen in theaters. So it was really, really cool. I remember I was there. It was good times.
That's cool. Was the reaction, would you say, out of the theater, like everyone was like popping? It kind of felt
because everyone was either like dehydrated from waiting outside and in the sun, beating down on you, and then just talking with everybody. I think we were just super tired and drunk on hype. Kind of, some things went under the. Everyone gave hall passes for whatever. It was such a good time though, because the cheers, the excitement, like even with like, what's the name of this unit? R2D2. Everyone's like, no, it was like that type of energy. So even in the end, people were like, oh my God, it hit us. This was an emotional roller coaster of an experience, just because of everything the hype, the wait, seeing Star Wars continue.
Spoilers, Koj.
Oh yeah, my bad. Spoilers. 25 years, people, and I'm old, so I reserve the right to not apologize for this.
Well, I dig that, dude. That's cool to hear. Zodrider, what was it like 25 years ago for you?
For me, I mean, I seen it twice that day. I seen it. I remember the first day having gotten tickets and going with a bunch of friends, and then we all just got tickets for the next showing and seen it almost immediately again afterwards. It was such a fun experience. So many friends, so many fans, and I just remember people cheering a lot in the theater during it, and it was really a very lively communal experience. Both showings that I was in, and I also remember playing lightsabers with my brothers and friends. I had an old lightsaber from The Empire Strikes Back that had a classic Darth Vader hilt. And a yellow, long, almost looked like a broomstick, and it allegedly glows in the dark. But when you swing it, it would make sounds. But it wasn't one of those like battery powered. It would just use the wind to make the sounds when you swung it. It was interesting.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Our lightsabers were the ones where you like did that and you just looked like a bunch of stacked cups in reverse going out, and then you had a flashlight in the end to light it up, and it was only lit in certain sections. So
I remember seeing those.
Still no sound effect or anything. Oh man, that was hilarious.
The best part, making your own sound effects.
Yeah, everyone was like,
oh, totally, dude. It's just one of those things where, like, no matter
that's all BS, because everybody that I was around liked it. There was nobody that said that they didn't like it. Nobody.
Oh, the movie? Oh no, it was great.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. See, this is how I know that like fans, people today have no idea what the truth was back then, because the internet,
unless you were there.
The internet wasn't what it is today, and honestly, it's easy for people to complain and nitpick and say, "Oh, everybody hated the Phantom Menace," but that just wasn't true. It was one of the most liveliest theatrical experiences I ever had in my life, and I remember it so vividly to this day. I'll never understand how people can say, "Oh, people complained about it and hated it." That wasn't the case for me. I remember
probably like two.
I remember walking out, and I remember everybody buzzing about it, and everybody was, and see, where we were all everybody was friends, and everybody loved the originals. And I remember asking all my friends. I remember saying, "Hey, if this had come out before the first Star Wars, before A New Hope, like before that, if Lucas had released these in order and this one had come out first, would you still be just as excited about Star Wars as you were? Would you still be super excited about Star Wars as if this is how it started?" And everybody was like, "Yeah, absolutely. This didn't take away anything from your love of Star Wars. If you love Star Wars, you love it." And honestly, Phantom Menace was received very well critically too, by the way.
Yeah.
I remember Roger Ebert, and this was a rare thing for Roger Ebert to give a sci-fi movie 4 stars, but he did. He gave the Phantom Menace 4 stars. Critics were actual critics back then. They weren't paid shills that you could pay them $50 to trash a movie. Back then, they actually cared about their craft and actually had some journalistic integrity and literally would watch the movies, like you're supposed to, before you write a review. So so for me, when I hear all this stuff, I'm like, people just have no idea. They weren't there. They're trying to rewrite history, because that's not how it was.
Yeah,
that's not how it was.
And Ebert was really clever, because he not only rated movies, according to the fun level, but he rated them according to the genre they were in. He didn't compare one genre to another. Like, this sci-fi is supposed to deliver a certain level of entertainment. He judged it on that merit, and he's like, it delivers. You get that fun, and it was great. In fact, I had a friend from work back in the day. She was the same age as me and my buddy, and she had never seen Star Wars. And we're like, "Oh, would you like to hang out and see Star Wars, all 6 of them?" She's like, "Sure, but how do I watch them?" We're like, "You can watch in story order or the order they came out." She watched it story order. After seeing 1 to 6, she preferred the prequels over the 4 to 6. Someone from my generation never seen it.
I really feel like they're the prequels and the originals are kind of interchangeable. If you watch the prequels first, if you're younger and you watch the prequels first, and then you'd still be a big fan. It totally wouldn't matter. You'd still be a big fan of Star Wars, and I think that reflects that. No, Phantom Menace was an event. Phantom Menace was something that was so monumental for cinema at the time. People just have no idea. Movies are not what they used to be, and that's just a fact. I mean, that people were literally camping out for the Phantom Menace for weeks before it came out. I think the longest somebody camped out was a month. Was a month prior to release date at their local theater.
Interesting. Yeah, it's still, clearly it still holds, because for just the one day it re-released, and not even in all the theaters in the US, which is like a little over 1,000. I think it was 2,300 theaters it released, and it made just about $3 million, I heard, as they're still waiting on final numbers. But $3 million for one night with a brand new movie that just came out that a lot of people were, hyping up, The Fall Guy with Ryan Gosling. It was still
The Fall Guy. That's actually a remake of a 1970s TV show.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
Just so people know out there. See, this is the thing that we're, that it is. So it's literally, you're getting, Star Wars and a 1970s TV show remake. It's like, history. It says something about the time period that we're living in. The Fall Guy is a story about a stunt man who actually he like moonlights as like a private investigator kind of guy. I mean, the Fall Guy was written by the same guy that wrote Knight Rider back in the day.
Oh, interesting.
And all those shows, Glenn Larson, and Fall Guy is an old TV show, but but like I said, this is the thing. So when I see people nowadays say that, oh, the Phantom Menace was garbage, nobody liked it, you weren't there. You have no idea what you're talking about, because that's not how it is.
True.
Maybe now it's very easy now to go and crap on something when you either weren't there or you have no context. It's easy to look on the internet and see all the fanboys with 10,000 burner accounts telling you that something is crappy. It's very easy because they do it to Zack Snyder all the time. But for me, it's like, listen, if you were there during the hype, during the amazing time that was when the Phantom Menace got released, there's no way that you could have walked out of that experience anything less than completely satisfied.
Exactly. It's so easy for a lot of people to have a high opinion of something they never experienced at a certain time. It's sad because it was great. It was all that.
Yeah, I mean, but for many of people like myself, who was 5 years old watching it, it created the obsession with Star Wars.
That's so awesome. That's beautiful.
Trey, I thought you were a little bit older. I didn't realize you were as young as you are. You're such a smart and well-adjusted individual for your age, man.
Both you guys.
Now you're being a suck up.
No, but like, man,
that means a lot.
I thought you were at least in your early to mid 30s. I had no idea you were. And then for you to say I was only 25 when the Phantom Menace came out, that hit my heart for a second. I'm like, my God, Trey's that young? Wow.
Yeah, Zod, you and I are in the same kind of generation, huh?
Yeah, we're older than these guys, and I'm sitting here thinking, I thought Trey was like I mean, really? Wow. Okay, Trey. 5-year-old Trey. Okay, buddy.
I'm not sure if to take that as a compliment, that I'm mature, or I look old as hell.
No.
You look old as hell.
The way you but
Wow.
I'm saying the way you carry yourself. I'm talking about your maturity level and the way that you are as a person. I'm in awe that you're that young. Wow.
Oh, thank you so much, dude. Seriously, for the compliment. That means a lot. Oracle's Clock Tower coming in hot with a
Respect your
$5
elders.
super chat. She's saying, guys, can I just say I love that you do these. I can feel your passion and positivity and childlike wonder as you relive these memories. I mean, that's the theme, right? Like I always say that you get some YouTubers, yes, we do the script of please like, share, and subscribe, all that stuff, but I feel like you guys don't want a character. You want the real us, the genuine us, and what you see is what you get. This is how I act when I'm home. Other than I'm not as showman-like with, like you said, with all the content creator stuff that you got to do to help promote your channel. Corey marrying me, so evil. But Corey is still, a punk. As an older brother, he likes to torture me whenever he can. No, I'm just kidding. He's awesome.
Corey knows that Aunt Obi-Wan gave up. Corey knows
Exactly.
and then you got
and he understands.
Corey, can you play Oracle's Clock Tower a little something to say thank you so much?
What's up, Oracle? Good to
We're
see
going
you.
to party
Oracle, as always.
tonight, Oracle.
Yeah, white walls, straight halls, back door where the city it calls.
Well, guys, let us know in the chat right now if you are ready to go for Phantom Menace. We'll begin shortly here. We have ours queued up on Disney Plus. Like I said, you have to have it if you don't already. But
Can we
let's
give
see.
a shout out to everybody who's here tonight too? By
Yeah,
the way,
like go ahead and do that. Yeah.
Yeah, we got Declassified Monarchies Only, Batman's Thoughts, Bat Fanatic, Geek Defense Initiative. We got hashtag Restore the Snyderverse guy, Red Robin, Atomic Kaiji 1954, Akil Lee. He says, good morning, everyone. Geek Defense Initiative, Wayne Enterprises, Kaiji Crazy, Craig Roland, King Donkey Kong, our girl Oracle's Clock Tower, Red Hooded Outlaw, Beyond the Night, the Butler, Joker's Wild, Trevor H. And we got a lot of people. Tiladia Plays. We got a lot of people filing in. Ready to go. Batman gave another opinion. Correct order is 451-236, and I think he's absolutely wrong.
Is he talking about the?
That's a fun way to watch it.
Is that the machete order? I think that's the machete order.
I think
The
so.
machete. That's
I like
a
watching
crazy
that.
way. It's like, starting where you get the big reveals, then a flashback, and then the happy ending.
That order is like Tales of the Jedi. Bouncing between
Oh,
two generations.
Mhm.
Yeah, it is. You know what, Batman? I'm gonna try watching it in that order sometime just to see what it does for my experience, and I'll let you know about it. Corey, what's the chat saying? Are we ready to go?
Yep, and we're gonna give this one to Batman real quick.
Jabba, you're a wonderful human being.
Batman is a wonderful human being.
Oh my gosh, it's hilarious. Alrighty, guys.
Well, Socks
what do we
Bulletin's
got?
here, by the way, too. I forgot to mention Socks.
What's up,
is in the house.
Socks? There's
What's
only
up,
6
Socks?
Socks.
Mm.
You guys are awesome. Well, as promised, I got my popcorn ready. I have
You got some calzones coming later.
no calzones. I got my Jawa juice,
Jawa juice.
and then more importantly, ladies and gentlemen, as requested, we got some blue milk.
Oh, you got some blue milk.
Oh God,
Oh.
I'm chowing down. I'm drinking some White Claw tonight, guys.
Nice. I have to tell you, I'm happy to be here and watching this with you guys. I was pretty bummed because I wasn't one of the theaters in my area that had the 25th anniversary. So I immediately hit up Trey and I was like, Trey, we gotta watch it together. And it's crazy. Some of my friends tonight, shout out to Chris and Zach. They're actually going over to where he works upstairs, and they have like this big like loft, and they're gonna have a projector screen, and they're gonna show it off like that here in about 20 minutes. So I'm gonna go.
Oh, that's awesome!
That's
No,
awesome.
no,
That is the way to go, man.
Yeah, I was super jealous when he's like, "You want to come over?" I was like, "Oh, I'm already doing a Bat Channel thing," but yeah, I appreciate it. His son actually is his. So Chris is a diehard Star Wars fan, but his son Josiah is a pretty big Star Wars guy as well. He's actually just started YouTube as well about like 4 months ago or so, and all of his content is Star Wars related, and it's his channel is called like A Certain Point of View, and it's pretty fantastic. He's been going through the episode 1, and he takes a deep dive. Josiah knows tons about Star Wars, and he is like literally breaking down every single thing that's possible in a cool little podcast. So shout out to them over there, and we'll definitely have to get him on one of these days, possibly too. So Trevor, cheers for the blue milk, Trey.
Yeah, I see. I didn't cheat you this time. Cheers, buddy, and for that $5 super chat. Thank you, Trevor H. Hope you're good, buddy.
Chug it all. Chug. Keep chugging. Keep chugging. Keep chugging. Don't stop. Keep drinking the blue milk. You're drinking. Oh, it's spilling all over you. Good God. Is that good blue milk? You like the blue milk? Yeah, me. Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
That was a lot of milk. That was a lot of milk.
Not a good idea.
Yeah.
Milk was a bad choice.
You gotta do that Mark Hamill
Well, that's the real trick, isn't it? And it's going to cost you something extra. 10,000, all in advance.
10,000? I can almost buy our own ship for that.
Yeah, I had it drip into my beard just like Mark Hamill in Last Jedi.
There you go.
Yeah, you need that. You need that blue milk scene with Mark Hamill.
Yes, exactly. All right, you guys. Corey, is everyone ready to go?
Oh, they're ready, Trey.
Oh, they're ready. I'm going to take you guys a pleasure time. No, I'm just kidding. All right, Star
What
Wars.
was in that milk?
Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Here we go. Coming down in 3, 2, 1, play.
Play it now.
Yeah, from a certain point of view, it's a pretty smart title there.
I'm excited to
For
check that
sure.
out. I'm gonna turn down my lights a little bit, get a little moody for that.
Oh
Long
yeah.
time ago and exactly far, far away.
Still get chills, man.
Yeah, the moment's happening.
God, it reminds me. Just being here with you guys reminds me of the theater.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Phantom Menace.
Nothing says Star Wars like trade disputes.
Do it.
Elika. Did you guys ever play the PlayStation game Phantom
Yes,
Menace?
I'm glad you mentioned that. I actually just played it again a couple days ago.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I even had the Xbox Obi-Wan Kenobi game that they did.
You know, I feel like the best of those Star Wars prequel games was the Episode 3 game that came out.
Totally, dude.
For PlayStation 2 and Xbox. I mean, oh my God, that game was so great.
So good.
On Game Boy, it was actually pretty dope too.
Oh yeah, the Game Boy Advance version.
Yeah, it felt like Double Dragon, but with lightsabers. I was like, yo, this is, or like the Ninja Turtle beat 'em up game.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
100% right. It was fantastic.
I love that thing.
And
Force powers you get along the way.
It had that like Nintendo chip music. It was so awesome.
The Lego games for Game Boy was great, but when this came out, Pod Racer for N64, that was the business.
I know everybody loved. I always had a bunch of friends that were into that Pod Racer game, man. They loved it.
Even non-Star Wars fans.
I remember loving the arcade version of it, where you actually got to sit in the pod racer.
Oh yeah, you get in the pod. Yeah, man,
it was so cool, man. Hell, you would just sit in that thing even if you ran out of quarters and just pretend.
I love the pod racer.
And then they came out with the Sega, Star Wars trilogy arcade game, and it to coincide with the releases of when they put the original trilogy back in theaters.
I love that we see him, Lord Sidious, already.
Right? They didn't waste time. I love it. It was like a lot of fan service that this movie did at the time, because we hadn't had Star Wars in like more than a decade since Return of Jedi.
Yeah, and people had been reading, the Thrawn novels and all the.
I was even watching the 2 Ewok movies that came out.
Yep. And we all watched our VHS copies of the original trilogy before this came out.
Yeah. I watched the VHS so much that, the tape would slow down and go at a slightly different pitch. And then when I got on DVD, it was like, whoa, something sounds different. The movie's shorter, about 2 minutes.
This part was so fun in the video game, though. Breaking through.
Yeah, the video game is very underrated for this movie.
Oracle, Trey and I were talking about that earlier today, Lego Star Wars. I was actually thinking about buying that Skywalker edition. May have to.
Oh, it's like $5 on Xbox. I bought it.
What's up, Ryan Swayze? Well, I guess I'm going to do it. Oracle Clock Tower coming to you. She literally straight up said,
"Do it."
You're not your eye.
You must. Consider it done, Oracle.
The music was it's so exciting too. It's different, and it's just
and it totally highlights each moment and gesture and emotion going on in this scene.
This was the craziest shit ever.
We saw so much lightsaber action. They didn't hold back.
I remember seeing that, just watching him melt the metal around there. I was like, oh my God.
I don't really count a lot of Disney stuff as canon, so lightsabers are still deadly.
Yeah, this is when lightsabers actually counted for something.
Hey, this is the universe I'm in. They still do.
Yeah.
Disney is a high-budgeted fan fiction movie, non-fan fiction movies. They get lucky every now and then.
I dig that you have the timer stacked up on Super Sentai, by the way.
I know, right? No, they're literally like thick, so it helps. I have 2 CDs, 3 Blu-rays. I have Gamera DVDs in there. Badum. First Badum-chi for Obi-Wan.
Say something nice about the prequels.
Academy Award winner Natalie Portman's right here. She gives me a lot of Keira Knightley vibes early on.
That's funny.
Right? Second time we see him is in this form as well.
It was that moment I knew. Even as a kid, I was like, he's the bad guy. Same butt chin.
Well, he's too polite and reserved and just, too gracious to be a good guy.
Also, they released a bunch of action figures for the special editions hitting theaters. And for Return of Jedi, they had an action figure of like the Emperor and his laser things you could attach to the hands. And it was titled Emperor Palpatine before episode 1 came out. Everyone's like, oh, that's his name. So he kind of screwed it up.
It's clearly the same guy.
Yeah, so maybe Luke's like, just pretend no one knows or not care.
Yeah. Or maybe it's like a Jake Skywalker situation. Did you guys get my private message?
Oh, is that the series?
Oh, a fan film.
Oh, sweet.
That trailer is so dope. That movie's gonna be awesome.
Our first look at the Gungans.
I think this is the last Star Wars movie shot on 35 millimeter film. Everything else was digital after that. I think Attack of Clones was first full-length feature film to be shot digitally.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
Attack of the Clones was all digital.
Yeah, that was the big one. It's like, whoa. Like The Hobbit was all 60 frames per second. People were like, whoa.
I love Jar Jar. He's the hero. Like you remember you guys remember seeing that movie Fanboys when Seth Rogen had the Jar Jar Binks tattoo on his back, like his head, like it was so massive, like he'll never be able to cover that up. Jar Binks.
It made me really happy that they gave Ahmed Best, who voices and is the body motion capture for Jar Jar, some love and
as a Jedi later in one of the Disney Plus ones.
Yeah. He got too much hate,
and it wasn't even him.
If I find you, I will kill you.
I still want Darth Jar Jar to happen.
Dude, totally. I'm
the closest we got was Robot Chicken, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and you know what? Jar Jar actually comes off like he could be a Sith Lord in disguise. Because he's so innocent and stupid, you know?
Like Palpatine is doing.
Like he's a reverse Yoda. Because remember how how Yoda was totally trolling in The Empire Strikes Back. It's easy to see how Jar Jar could have been trolling him the entire time. It could be a Dark Lord of the Sith.
Yeah, because for a guy who's so clumsy, he's often way too lucky to live this long.
Yeah.
With the things he's been in.
Exactly. I mean, Darth Jar Jar needs to be canon 100%.
Facts.
I mean, why wouldn't you want that? Then people don't like him. They can see him die at some point. I mean, yeah, he's annoying to me, but honestly, if we're going to get nitpicky, I think 3PO is more annoying than Jar Jar. And I can handle 3PO. Yeah, 3PO's, oh, come on, man. Every time Han Solo was putting him in his place was a win.
I mean, for me as a kid, because I remember Dad would even be like, Jar Jar Binks is a silly character. Like, he didn't need to be there. As a kid, like, it was, you know,
Star Wars is for children.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's children friendly. They have a children friendly character.
It's supposed to be for kids. So Jar Jar was supposed to appeal to children. 5-year-old Trey is supposed to have loved Jar Jar Binks. That's what the whole point was. Come on, man.
Simply for me. Just me.
Just you, me. Trey.
He's here for you, man. He's got your back, you know.
Thanks, George.
You, Trey.
This always fascinating.
Friendly.
An island or a group of people living under the water.
A group of green people living under the water.
Meet the no lie.
And reptilian like.
I was thinking he came off to me as like a gecko.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, that makes sense.
They seem very amphibious to me. And then we still get James Earl Jones, you know.
Exactly.
It was also really cool seeing the Jedis, use the Jedi, mind tricks.
Well, you see them in their peak. They're not this, rare, broken, long forgotten religion thing. This is them at their highest,
These aren't the droids they're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
It's Gungan. He's the darkest Lord of the Sith that we've ever had. That's what's to be done. Binks the moron. Binks.
And it was from this moment on, Jar Jar was going to make sure Qui-Gon died when he outlived his usefulness because he has a life debt.
I thought the ship was so cool as well.
Yeah, this was dope. Get that manta race mixed with the squid.
Yeah.
It's almost like stealthy looking.
Then me being a Godzilla fan, you gotta have a couple of kaiju's in here. Like, come on now.
Yeah, we get a huge kaiju coming up.
You know, Godzilla -1 is
The
out on
Rancor.
Blu-ray in Japan, Trey.
I heard. I know. I heard it
won't
didn't
be
include
long.
English subtitles though.
And they put out the black and white version, my friend. Oh,
okay.
I love
Can't wait for
the black and white version so much.
It's the only way to watch it, I say.
It's happening.
Mhm.
So they're in water. Fish in their element is actually dangerous. Some fish can eat scorpions, centipedes, and all this crazy stuff in water. Dang. That fish does not skip calisthenics day. He also hated Amidon from the beginning. Oh yeah, definitely he was.
Darth Jar Jar should be his own series on Disney Plus.
You know what? I'd be down for that too.
Because I think storyline, he's still a Sith. He's just preserving his power and laying low, making things happen behind the scenes.
Tales of the Gungans.
He's the architect of all the crap that happens, Koj.
Yeah, hashtag Tales of the Gungans now.
That's so awesome. Tales of the Gungans.
I want to go to this place someday.
Yeah, this place looks awesome.
Isn't it like Italy or something like
You'll
that?
You'll be able to do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Virtual reality, you can do it. You can go there. Sure can. They've got a whole Star Wars universe thing in virtual reality where you can go to the cantinas, you can go to the different planets. Incredible.
That's cool. So who was asking earlier why this is funny? Or like why is that funny?
What's funny?
It was something when you were talking about Natalie Portman reminds you of Keira Knightley. I can't remember whose comment, one of our viewers, but the reason why it's funny that Koj said that is the Queen's body double, her bodyguard who stands in for her, is played by Keira Knightley.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it was funny.
Oracle's
I forget if she auditioned for Amidala, so I forget how that worked out.
Took me 10 years to figure that out.
The sound one of the Rollers mates. Oh, that killed me.
It's also awesome that like the droids in this are like AI is not really that advanced in this universe. Like they don't.
That was
really
a long
fear
time
it.
ago.
Yeah. Well, true. True.
In a galaxy far, far away.
Earth AI versus Star Wars AI. We win. T-800s whoop the BDs.
Or do we? Oh yeah. I was thinking Terminator. Yeah. They had the Terminator robots. Wow, such wide shots. You don't see that often
Right.
these days.
Yep. Walking in so cool.
What a shitty role. She's like, I need you to stand in for me. Why? We're like imprisoned now. She's like, yeah, just in case that they like assassinate you. Need you to take my fall. I don't want this job. To Coruscant. That's compute. You're under arrest.
Love this.
Review.
I like how he delivered that line. He's like,
This is
"Oh
such a
crap!"
cool scene too.
Was that?
This is such a cool scene too. R2D2.
We almost lost R2, you know? This is the turn of the universe right here. If R2 was
R2D2
blasted,
is the hero. Yeah.
Yeah, no saga.
Mm. Where could it be? Hell yeah. Beep boop bop beep.
Beep boop beep.
The Huts of gangsters.
Mm-hmm. I like how the center of their ships is like a mini Death Star.
Mm.
Oh God!
So awesome.
Yeah, chills in the
Looks
theater.
so
At this
good.
point, everyone's like, "Oh."
You will find it ship.
Oh, I would like to read those.
Oh, whoa. That'd be cool, Geek Defensive.
I gotta work on my Phantom Menace cut.
Hey, can't you make one of the other servants do it?
I was thinking this is Keira Knightley's way to get back at her boss.
Right, yeah. That's the truth of it, right?
I'm gonna help you maintain your cover.
Like, remember that time you made me clean up shit?
Yeah.
Your turn.
Droid.
That toilet is really royal right now. You're gonna have to take care of that.
No, I think Padme wanted to do that,
and the plunger's not working. Well, Padme has a poop fetish, so you know.
Oh God.
Oh, DCU James Gunn.
Washing feet.
Oh my God, yes. Padme would have an OnlyFans if she were alive today.
Oh my God.
Where to be only droids?
I'd go for some R2D2 only droid. Give me those beep boop boop bops. Yeah, buddy. Beep beep beep. Ooh,
Like,
yeah.
say it again, R2. Beep, boop, beep. Oh. Makes no sense.
That's it. I'm out.
I didn't mean to say bleep.
I feel it also. We all feel things right now. Like Padme's OnlyFans.
The bad time to tell you, she's 16 years old technically when this all takes place.
No, but she'll be older. She'll be older because by episode 3, isn't she like, I don't know, at least 21 by?
She'd be 26
by episode 3. Yeah.
Or yeah, actually by episode 3 she'd be 28 because I think
Yeah,
it's 2 years of Clone Wars.
And she'd be doing all kinds of crazy stuff on OnlyFans because she's pregnant. So,
oh my God,
they people would really be all up in it. It's like, wow. I mean, she's pregnant with with Jedi twins of everything else.
What is happening?
You're eating popcorn from a bag that says Wick. I just.
Mark Hamill did meet Natalie Portman recently. Like, meet my mom.
Like, Mom?
I remember.
I met my mother. Yeah, that was the caption he put on there. How I met my mother. I remember that. So funny. Yeah, Anakin would definitely not approve of Padme's OnlyFans page. Definitely not. Anakin would get very angry.
Maybe it's people like that made him go to the dark side of the Force after all.
You brought Zod right around the street. That's what happened. See? All those OnlyFans simps and think the same thing. Are you an
Gotta cut it. Yeah, to cut it.
Are you an angel?
The PG movie. kids are watching.
Think of the children, Zod.
Holy shit.
What's up, Travis Mitchell? He said, how's it going, guys? This is the prequel that's grown on me the most, I'd say. Why would you say that, Travis?
Geek Defense Initiative, I don't get it, is on hold
What do you
because
love about
APAS has a very busy schedule. That's what happened. Yeah, Anakin has no problem slaughtering. If Anakin has no problem slaughtering younglings, he should have no problem with Padme having an OnlyFans page.
I love Anakin here, actually. You know, this is like Anakin is all of us as Star Wars fans in this episode 1. Completely, fascinated with the Jedi. Loves them. Even though he's a slave,
they ruined poor Jake Lloyd's life, though. He couldn't go to school. They made him miserable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, part of me wishes that George would have waited and just let Jake Lloyd continue playing Anakin, so that he would at least stay busy, because the kid, had nothing but trouble.
Yeah.
I loved him in Turbo Man.
Ruined his life.
Should go all the way.
Oh God, I love Turbo Man. Yes, Corey. Turbo Man's awesome. Oh my God. Talk about an awesome movie. I don't know why kids would make fun of him. That's like awesome that he was Anakin in the movies.
You would think, right?
And he's the manliest kid there is. He's like, hey, yo, Batman, what up? Are you an angel? I'm gonna sweet talk you because I'm gonna marry that someday.
Yeah, like the weird
yeah, this kid is talking like he's 10 years older than me.
Yeah, well, like the Weird Al Yankovic song. The line was, "She's just 9 and he's 14. Yeah, he's probably gonna marry her someday." So, yeah, Weird Al definitely. You remember the the Weird Al Yankovic version of American Pie with Star Wars. The saga begins.
Mm-hmm.
Such a great song. Goes through the entire movie in like a 5-minute song. It's so epic.
You made a music video for it too, right? Remember?
Yeah. All told from Obi-Wan's point of view.
Yo, you put that back on the rack?
Ooh.
I don't know. I actually enjoy the humor of this movie now.
Sure. So in episode 2, I think it would have been neat had Watto snuck on their ship on Tatooine, him being the deadbeat who owed money, the droid finding him on Geonosis.
Interesting. That's an interesting thought.
Hello there. Hello there. Oh, okay. Wait, did he say Hayden?
That'd be interesting for sure.
Yeah.
Mm. Ma, it's me. I just brought to you a weird alien, a Jedi, and a girl I'm going to marry someday.
Get those hamburgers ready, Mom.
The meatballs.
Did you guys ever see that New York Times? See that New York Times documentary called "In a Galaxy Far, Far Away"? I was almost Anakin Skywalker.
No, I'm gonna watch it though for sure.
It's all about this kid who was also in the running to play Anakin Skywalker. I think his name was like Devin something. And they showed his audition tape, and I'm not gonna lie, as I know why George picked Jake Lloyd, but there was something about the way this particular kid played Anakin that I feel like maybe it would have gone over better with the fans, because I think this kid Devin, I think he played it more as like there was already an ounce of darkness within him.
I would have liked
something there.
Yeah, but I think that's the reason why he didn't get cast, because that's not what George wanted. George wanted Anakin
innocence.
To be an innocent regular boy. He didn't want Anakin to have to show that the darkness, that he would be corrupted by the darkness later, not so much as a boy.
Isn't it interesting though? Like, you have this kid who's completely pure, a slave, and yet the only thing that drove him to the dark side was Obi-Wan Kenobi and the Jedi Council.
I was freaking waiting for it. Good God, Corey.
That's the thing, Corey. It's ridiculous with their with their dogmatic views and their dumb philosophy on attachments and all kinds of other stupid stuff. It's like no wonder.
Obi-Wan failed him.
I have failed you, Anakin. I have failed you.
He says it himself, Corey.
Yeah.
He says it himself. That's the thing that everybody keeps missing. Obi-Wan confirms that he failed, that he gave up on Anakin. He confirms it.
Absolutely wild.
With his own words. Wow. That's deep. He confirms it. He literally says right there, I failed you.
How? We still say that anytime someone in the house does something, and we're like, how? Woo.
How wooed. It's interesting how you put that Geek Defense Initiative.
That's wow.
Yeah,
I like how you just said that there.
I like how that kid I like how that kid looks too, Trey. I think he could have conveyed some like depth a little better than Jake Lloyd. But then again, that's not what George wanted. So
he wanted, like you said, the innocence. But the kid is interesting, right?
And the kid looks, I mean, yeah, he's got an edge to him.
It definitely would have been a completely different take on little Annie, you know.
Me personally would have preferred that.
They would have
even
called
though
him.
I get why you went with this.
They would have called him the little edgy Annie. That's what he would have been known as, little edgy Annie. Look at him.
Charles Mitchell with a $5 super chat. He didn't post anything, so put in the comments what you're meaning to post, and
or if you had any questions, if you did. But if you were just doing it to support us, Travis, dude, thank you so much, man. That it means a lot to us when you guys do that. We don't take it lightly, and it just goes right back into the show to make it better for you guys. So we appreciate it a lot, man. Thanks, Travis. Corey, can you play Travis a little something to say thank you?
Yeah, let's do this one. We haven't done this one in a while.
Size matters not. Look at me. Judge me by my size, do you? Seagulls poking at my head, not fun.
Fun. I said seagulls. Stop it now.
No.
She's like, Mother, I'm trying to tell you I don't approve.
And your friend Steve. What's up, Steve? Are we
Hello
past
there.
the DOH robot yet? DOH robot? Nope. Welcome, Steve. Thanks for coming along.
Yeah, Travis Mitchell, right again.
Although, you know what's funny? George did film that deleted scene where Anakin is beating up Guido to kind of give, and that kind of shows that he.
Oh, didn't he save him? Wasn't Greedo being beat up by a bunch of other kids?
No, Anakin was fighting with him.
No, I remember. I thought he came to break it up and he said, "Hey, Greedo, stop getting in trouble. It's not going to end well for you." I have to watch it again. It's been a while.
That is true, Travis. Yeah, during the Coruscant hearings in the
I
Galactic
love seeing
Senate.
the ET there.
That was dope. A nice little nod to his good friend Steven,
They should have all been pointing and had their fingers going.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Deal. Yes, Oracle, they are. We'll mention
point it out.
Yep. It's very quick and very small, but you'll see them.
Well, the argument of Yoda being on ET, when ET came to Earth, did he come to Earth through space and time? How did he come here? It depends on that. Was it another dimension?
And
was it future time travel?
And I'm also curious, can ETs be force sensitive?
Yes.
I would say so.
Yeah, I would agree.
Well, we were. I mean, we were going to get that. We were going to get that Sith ET movie as the sequel to the original ET. Remember, we were going to get that.
Oh wow, I didn't know.
It's going to be all about children being probed and all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah, the second sequel to ET was a much more violent, dark, and scarier film.
Very dark.
Sounds like that Poover's.
Whoa,
Yeah,
I did not know about that.
Very, very dark. In fact, Steven Spielberg's original script for it is online. You can read it, and it is and crazy.
I'll have to look at that.
Huh? Like Fire in the Sky, but ET and kids.
ET's doing all kinds of nasty things. Evil ETs invading and doing all kinds of crazy nasty.
Travis Mitchell says when E.T. sees the kid dressed as Yoda, he interestingly says, home. Home. Implying not only does he recognize him, but perhaps the species coexisted on the same planet.
Mm.
Yeah, we're past that, Steve. For 48 minutes and 15 seconds, 16 seconds, 17 seconds. Into it right now.
What if Anakin's friend grows up to be that Imperial pilot that helped out the rebels in Rogue One?
Makes sense.
It does kind of work out timing wise.
You're right. I want Tales of the ET.
The ET files, I like it.
Tales of the Aliens or something.
He's like, you have no idea, big fella.
Your hand doesn't belong to you anymore. Tales of the Extraterrestrial. That's cool.
Tales of the ET.
I put the script for E.T. Nocturnal Fears in the private chat.
Cool.
Nice. Thank you, man.
Nocturnal Fears. If that's not a dark title, I don't know what to say. It's not a script. It's Steven Spielberg's original treatment.
I mean, it means if I die, don't be a punk. Treat this kid right.
Oh no, the midichlorians. How
Music in the
great,
background.
Lucas? Oh, how dare Lucas? Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, that did not bug me. To me, it makes sense that the Jedi, just as we do, would try to understand their powers through science, scientifically.
Right.
In a way, it gave them more control over it, and not exactly in the best of way.
No funny business.
I heard that one back then. I would be surprised.
I think that was kind of addressed in the comics recently, in the Marvel comics.
Damn.
He's not happy.
Look at him. Already has Padme on the back, riding around looking cool. What's so cool is like, I love my life. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man.
I mean, they relived that in Attack of the Clones.
Oh, yes, they do. You get tucked around and get a little, I'm gonna get a little taste of some sweet lips. What's up, Sean? How we doing tonight?
Yo, Sean.
He's like cruising down the street on my EOP.
Her look of like WTF was really good.
Mm-hmm.
As a Ben-Hur fan, I'm glad that they gave us like the whole tracks
Exactly.
round. That's a dope movie too, man. I love that movie.
Nobody kills Jedis though back then. Right. It's such a funny face article.
Good point, Travis.
I agree. That's a wonderful point. It does really show the differences between the two ideologies of how to use the Force.
Yeah, because even the Jedi have like two colors, so it's almost like they themselves ideologically are divided. You get the blue, which is more of a sentinel warrior, and the other one, which is like a
wise,
more about peacemaking and working things out. Not really all combat. So if they could get together and have a turquoise lightsaber, they have balance.
Or you Samuel L. Jackson, you get a purple lightsaber because he's the best.
Yeah, he's closer to the dark side. Purple is red and blue together. See, I thought at first Jar Jar right there when he's like, ew, and he dropped something. I thought that was the first act of sabotage. But maybe they changed it to this. Notice how this is kind of random. So it could have been Jar Jar who sabotaged Anakin instead of this.
Oh, and like in a separate cut.
Yeah. If it was
interesting, I kind of dig that
because those two moments happen too far back to back.
Mace Windu is a great guy. Use the Force, Luke.
The first Jedi training.
Always.
So in the first movie, Luke had a helmet to not trust his eyes and do a Jedi training there. This one, Anakin, first installment of the trilogy, he had to do a freaking race. Slave Leia outfit over there with some pants.
Another hut in the back.
Oh, I literally can like feel the arcade ride right now.
Yeah. Yo, the sound effects in Star Wars movies are dope. Get your surround sound, your headset right, your soundbar, whatever. Let it bump.
You know the most important way you're supposed to ride one of those pods, right, Trey?
What's that, buddy?
You know how you're supposed to ride one of those pods, right?
Ride with those pods?
Yeah, do you know how to ride one of those pods?
Wait,
Like a panther. Yes?
Like a panther, Trey. Like a panther.
The timing of that with the sound effects is great.
May the fourth be with us all, everybody. So glad to have everybody here tonight. This has been fun. Fun day.
It's been a great time. It's great seeing everyone here.
See, according to N64, they have Warwick Davis. According to N64, they have races all around the galaxy. So if Qui-Gon freed the mom, Anakin, after winning this race, would have traveled the galaxy, be a pod racing star, then recruit him. Then both the mom and Anakin could have been out of the slave situation. Oh, I love this race.
Yeah, there was things I liked about Book of Boba, Travis. I agree. There was a couple of episodes where I think they dropped the ball. To me, I think the biggest mistake they made with Book of Boba was the fact that they turned it into Mandalorian season 2.5. I think that was the biggest mistake.
And the motorcycle gang.
Gotta agree.
In my book.
I mean, Boba Fett is cool enough to stand on his own, and the fact that they lost sight of that is what really bums me out.
Well, it just goes to show you that they're hacks and they don't know what they're doing with these characters.
I still think there's a story for season 2, and I like the idea of having Mace Windu a part of that he returns. You know, he's in.
Okay.
And to kind of turn ruthless again. I think we need to see the ruthless Mace Windu. I mean, the ruthless Boba Fett.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. The video game for this was like the exact map of the movie. Like the shortcut was in the game. When you do that turn, the Tusken Raiders would shoot your pod racer.
I love this next comment. We have Captain Rex in the building here, everybody.
Captain Rex.
And this is what Trey wants to know. This is what Trey wants to say back to his wife.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there. Hello there, honey. Just having a good old Star Wars day.
Hopes all.
How's the graduation party going? Something to be said about that. Trey, I kind of nipped off and looked at a little bit of that documentary, and I saw the scene you were talking about with that other little boy, and I'm kind of on your side now. I kind of wish that other little boy was cast.
There's just something to it, and like I said, there's nothing wrong with the way Jake Lloyd does it. He does it exactly with what George Lucas wants.
Jake Lloyd admits, even Jake Lloyd says, I don't know how I got the role because I was up against so many really talented kids. Like
I think it's just a matter of how they went about it. He went completely.
George Lucas and a couple of people that George Lucas listens to. A couple in that documentary, you see there's a couple of people that George listens to. It's like, yeah, go with Jake, like that kind of thing, and kind of. But I think the other kid, that Devin kid, would have been a lot more dramatic. He would have kind of gave us a little bit of an edge for Anakin. Yeah, I agree with you. I think that's a missed opportunity. In another timeline, maybe Phantom Menace would have been better received. Maybe Anakin would have been better received.
Possibly.
Although I don't know. I mean, I think Phantom Menace was pretty well received. I mean, it had its haters like everything else, but at the end of the day, it did well. I think
they're not at a graduation party at the moment. Wife is going to be helping house sitting at our friend's house, so she's getting all the deets.
Beyond the Night, yeah, you should check it out. I couldn't wait. I had to kind of sneak off and check out the documentary myself and see what Trey was talking about. Because I know I would have forgot if I didn't check it out, man. I would have been, what was Trey talking about with that other kid for Anakin? He actually, honestly, looks more like he could be Luke's dad than Jake Lloyd does, to be honest.
Yeah, he even kind of looks more like Hayden too.
I don't know. I'm a little pissed now. He kind of ruins it for me now. I'm like,
no, that's not what. Not what it should do. It shouldn't upset you. It's just kind of a what if scenario.
But it's kind of funny. Like, if you really look at, you really want to look at the kid that stands out. He stood out because they showed 3 kids. They showed Jake Lloyd. They showed this other kid that looked like a baby version of Joey Lawrence. And then they showed this Devin kid. And out of the 3, the Devin kid stood out. It's undeniable. Jake Lloyd's performance was just a kid. Like, no, there was no real depth to the character, to his performance or the other kid. But this Devin kid, he really, put something into it. And when Padme asked him, and Padme said, you're just a kid, and then he says, I won't always be.
I won't always be.
Something about the way the line was delivered from that Devin kid that like literally foreshadows the relationship that Padme and Anakin will have later on down the line. It is so weird to me that George totally missed that and was like, well, you know what? We're going to go with Jake.
Ooh.
And then we get Jake we get Jake Skywalker decades later. Imagine that.
He's going to ride the donkey, but no, Trey, you should take Captain Rex up on this and ride his horse.
Like a panther.
I don't know. There's something inappropriate about that, Corey. I don't.
Yeah, start calling me Bat Channel Rip.
I like to show you my ranch, Trey.
I honestly think I mean, hell, if I would have been in that meeting, I would have told George Lucas straight up, no, you cast the Devin kid. I don't know what you're doing. Jake Lloyd didn't do anything remarkable here. This Devin kid has talent. He could be Anakin. What are you talking about? Seriously? I mean, and they even showed pictures of like Jake Lloyd next to Mark Hamill, and they showed pictures of the kid next to Mark Hamill, of the Devon kid. I swear the Devon kid, fit a little better. I don't know. I think George got this one wrong. The prequels would have been better received. Anakin would have been better received because Anakin got made fun of so much. It's ridiculous.
Even Leonardo DiCaprio, when it was rumored that he would be Anakin in episode 2, people hated on him hard. Like his movie The Beach got a lot of boos.
DiCaprio didn't.
That was misplaced.
DiCaprio came off of that awesome reimagining of Romeo and Juliet. And
that movie's great. I love that one.
Some really great movies.
John Leguizamo.
What the heck does if Leonardo DiCaprio is getting hate for Anakin Skywalker, leave these Star Wars freaks alone. For real.
Yeah.
Dude. Like if I was an actor, I'd be like, I don't need this. Like, no.
I really like Leo for Anakin. That could have been cool.
But I can understand why Leo didn't do it. Is all I'm trying to say, Koj. I mean, it's kind of like, I mean, I wouldn't do it either if I was him. I would have been like, no thanks.
So awesome.
Oh, that was dope.
Yeah, I bet Jake Lloyd wakes up every day cursing George Lucas for giving him that role. For real.
Aw.
Jake Lloyd is like, you know what? Why didn't you pick Devin? Devin was better. Devin was better suited for this crap. What'd you pick me for, George? What'd you ruin my life for?
Just so we could ruin Devin's life now. Honestly, was anyone ever going to be happy?
But Devin looked like. But I'm going to be honest, Trey. This Devon kid actually looks like he could handle it a little better than Jake Lloyd.
Maybe. I mean, then again, we've seen time and time again child actors have trouble with the fame that comes with it.
Jake Lloyd just has a really kind of just aloof, kind of meek demeanor. Whereas this kid, this Devon kid, even when in his scenes where he auditioned, he had an edge to him. So I think I just feel like he could have. And then when they were talking to the adult version of him for the documentary, he just sounds like he had a better handle on things than Jake Lloyd. Like Jake Lloyd seemed like he just took it, like he was blindsided by the whole thing, because even he didn't expect to get picked out of the 3. So out of the 3 that it boiled down to, Jake Lloyd admitted to him, saying he admitted he didn't think he was going to get the job.
Kid's just humble. He's a humble kid.
Yeah, he's a good kid
head on his shoulder.
But see, you see what he went through. See, that's the thing, Trey. We see what he went through. So when I think about what Jake Lloyd has gone through, getting pulled over for DUIs, and George Lucas ruined his life.
I wouldn't say George ruined his life. If anything, it goes on the fans who bullied the kid and whatever mental health awareness is going on in his life. Wherever Jake Lloyd is at the moment, we hope you're doing well, dude. Here on the channel, I personally didn't have any issue when I watched you 25 years ago as a kid. You were believable as Anakin Skywalker, and it made your innocence a heavy tragedy to accept when he does fall to the dark side. But I do think in a what-if scenario, this Devon kid would have played a very interesting version of young Anakin.
Be honest, Trey. He would have played a better Anakin. Stop sugarcoating it. He would have played a better Anakin.
Who knows, though? I mean, he delivered one line that really captured me,
Sure. Yeah, Devon seems to capture that kind of intensity we wanted a little bit more from the prequel.
Yeah. I mean, I always say I wasn't there in the moment. I wasn't with the kid. It was George Lucas. Maybe he saw something that
I want Jake Lloyd. Yeah, I would have wanted Jake Lloyd.
Jake Lloyd was all around a better performer all around rather than just those deep, dark scenes. Who knows?
Yeah, this is what we got.
There's a word that
what ifs only go so far.
A word that you used, Trey, though, that makes sense and sums up why. There's one word that sums up why George Lucas picked Jake Lloyd. Innocence. innocent.
Yes.
If you out of the three boys that are down to the wire for Anakin, the character who comes off the most innocent and has the most innocent performance out of the three is Jake Lloyd.
Yep.
That's true. 100%.
Yeah.
That's the reason why George picked him. There you go.
And it's whether you like it or not.
I love it. Team Jake Lloyd.
Chris, like it's dead.
I guess he's from Foco, Trey.
What's that?
He's from Foco, Fort Collins.
This Devin kid or Jake?
Jake Lloyd.
Jake Lloyd is from Fort Collins, Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Might have to reach out to him.
We'd love to have you on the Bat Channel sometime, Jake Lloyd.
Jake! Because I know for a time he actually went to film school to learn about the production side of it. I think film editing was his focus. So I'm curious to see if he's doing anything with that, you know.
I think he faked that.
You've been a great pal.
To be honest, you've cost more than you've actually helped.
I like R2D2 better already. Peace.
Oh.
He's like, he's my new droid. I will say one of my favorite posters that they ever did in Star Wars was the
shadow.
Boy, and the Darth Vader shadow. I think that was.
I love
it. It looked like it was part of the set because he had the same prop.
Yeah.
Yep.
On this day.
Oh, stop whining.
Yeah. It's a Skywalker thing to do in the first movie. Both Luke and Anakin had to whine about something in the beginning.
For little Anakin, it's leaving his mom. For Luke, it's power converters.
Yeah. We could buy our own ship with that kind of money. What do we have?
Who wins?
What's this button? Stop touching things, kid.
Who wins in a whining contest? Anakin or Luke?
Luke.
Yeah.
Little Annie had an actual reason.
Yeah, he had merit, I think.
Keep whining, you little bastard.
I like his bike. It looks chill. It's like kind of like a Harley. Like how you ride it. Here we go.
Ooh. I also really dig that Maul's kind of like he's holding an ace up his sleeve. He ain't using double blades, you know.
Yeah. He's
I think it's the cockiness of the
giving us surprises for later.
Yeah.
Oh, Jake Lloyd, get an acting coach.
You're gonna be savage on Jake Lloyd throughout the whole show.
Oh my God, be nice to the kid. This is exactly what happened to him.
That's trippy. Right then there, I was kind of like, this is gonna be a cool team throughout the show, because it's always a trio that we follow through the Star Wars stuff. As classic trilogy had it.
Yep, and we know Qui-Gon Jinn talks to Dooku about this encounter soon after, according to Tales of the Jedi.
Release the Devon cut.
Aw. Thank you so much, Oracle's Clock Tower. Remember to hit that like and subscribe to the Bat Channel.
Thank you, Oracle.
Oh yeah, he's used to a hot planet.
A cold space.
Yeah, again, you say air conditioning is probably annoying.
That's where Anakin's like, does the Queen always refer to herself in the third person?
I love how Devin was so excited to be working with Natalie Portman. That was awesome. Trey, in the documentary.
Yeah. I mean, who wouldn't? Natalie Portman already at that time was
pretty.
Did she already did The Professional? I think so.
Oh yeah.
No, that was a while ago in the mid '90s or early.
She did Professional.
She already because this
Professional when she was like 12. Yeah.
So she was already a big star.
And anybody that hasn't seen the director's cut of The Professional, you're doing yourself a disservice. You need to see the movie immediately. Go watch that movie after this watch party. For real.
Definitely.
Natalie Portman's best performance to date.
Hey, we're going to see Zod, Terrence Stamp, the voice of Jor-El in Smallville.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I loved his voice as Jor-El in Smallville.
I just love
Neil, not Bow.
I just love the fact that Terrence Stamp got work.
Yeah, definitely. Smallville was like what, 2000 to 2010. This is before that.
Been just out, yeah. Just after.
He has that same look. His arms are behind his back, walking like Zod. It's like,
that's probably where the director saw it of Smallman and was like, dude, there you go. That's Jor-El.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, man. Yes, man. Yes, man.
Yeah, I agree with you, Bad Dan. I feel like CW people are told or trained or groomed to not like Snyder or movie stuff. Big screen envy.
That's true. Big screen envy, 100%. Yeah, they ruined Smallville for me because of the way they kept opening their mouths.
I still like Smallville.
You haven't even finished it.
You're supposed to be humble and supportive of your fellow actors, especially in the same family of like
same team of franchise,
superhero franchise. Yeah, Kojay, it's like it makes no sense that they would go and start bad mouthing, other people to play those characters. It's like, what is your?
It's a bad precedent for infighting in general too.
But what do we expect from James Gunn's people? It's Birds of a feather.
WB, all that Whedon era too. All the two red guards right there.
Seriously, Trey, that documentary makes me want to cry, bro.
No.
My
Regret
God.
showing it. Tell me about it now.
I feel so bad. I feel so bad for Devin. I feel like trying to find him and being like, let's go out for a beer, bro. This is crazy. That was your role. You were robbed. Hashtag Devin was robbed. That's how we celebrate the 25th anniversary of the Phantom Menace. We campaigned for Devin. Release the Devin cut. I'm watching the movie, but I kind of nipped off for a moment to go watch that documentary about Devin.
I like the animatronic Yoda that they used in the movie instead of this version. However, this version did add more scenes to the pod race that wasn't in the theater.
Oh, look, there's that one girl. What's her name? Your girl Yoda?
Isn't that?
Oh, the one who was in Tales of the Jedi.
Isn't that Yoda's group? Isn't that Yoda's groupie?
Talking about Yaddle?
No, I thought it was his girlfriend.
Well,
did you
I don't
see
know
her?
if they like full on said that it was his girlfriend.
You like told Yoda totally hit that. What are you talking about?
Did you see her? Do you see her there though?
It wasn't like he couldn't. That wasn't like ever part of the thing, but
I never noticed that until now.
Yoda totally yodeled that chick. Totally.
What is happening?
How are you sure? They crossed lightsabers a few times.
I have a source.
So he gives a look to Yoda.
Qui-Gon's not a fan of him giving up on that council. He should have grabbed my boy Dooku, and they should have been like yelling at him. Y'all don't know what you're doing here.
It's not proper procedure, Corey.
Yeah, and look what happens. Got them killed. Got them all killed, Trey.
Jake, can you deliver your lines a little bit less robotically? I mean, come
my
on.
God, Zach.
Come on.
You're on
kid.
this Devin
You have to mute
train.
you in a moment, bro. Attacking the kid. It's 25 years later.
I love
still
him.
on.
I'm still.
Oh, the ETs are in the scene.
Oh yeah. Get ready.
Not the
Oracle.
sequence.
Here
Yeah,
come the ETs. Yes.
it's when there's a lot of applause or something.
Yes. And Oracle, it's very, very short, but it's very, very clear that they're there.
And it's very cool. There's like 2 or 3 of them, right?
Isn't it like a little row of them?
No, they're in like their own pod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Koji, I remember now. Yeah.
Is look at the floating ISN cameras from Babylon 5.
Oh my God! Yeah.
No way, Redhead
Right?
Outlaw. We agree on pretty much everything, but I hate Mace Windu, especially after Tales of the Jedi.
Hey, Koji, we gotta get Trey and Corey to watch Babylon 5, bro.
That could be cool when we run out of Sentai, maybe. But that is a good idea. That
He might be
my
Oracle.
favorite
He
universe.
might be. Search your feelings, Red Haired Outlaw. You know it to be true.
God. Yes, sir.
Lobbyists are pulling the strings. What a surprise!
Just like with President Clark, right?
Red Haired Outlaw.
You know what the best part about this scene is right here? This big.
There they are. There they are.
Right here.
You'll see him again for applause. Sorry, but
Did you see that, Oracle?
They were there, Oracle.
They go back to that shot.
Let's see him again, though.
Yeah. Best part about the scene, Jake Lloyd's not in it.
I love Jake Lloyd.
Oracle, they'll be
right here.
Somewhere in the right side.
Chewbacca, the Wookiees.
Right there, bottom left.
There, bottom left. Sorry.
There they are. Oh my God.
They're there, like I got my left and right mixed up. My bad.
Did you see that? Did you see them now, Oracle?
Hey,
there you go. There you go. They exist. They're there.
baby.
Awesome.
So this is like the conversation or moment or vibe that Obi-Wan and Anakin had in Attack of the Clones when they were watching over Padme's apartment. Just out talking about stuff. Man, I like that shot. Look at that. Look at that traffic on the 405. Oh my God.
Right?
Awesome, man.
Horrible.
This is the Los Angeles
take me out
part
to
of
get there.
Coruscant.
How you gonna mute me when I'm just going off of what you presented, Trey? Like that's your
do it as a comparison of like, see, this kid sucks, this kid's better. I did it as a what if scenario.
And look what you done, Trey.
Look, I'm not saying that the kid sucks. I'm just saying he's not as good as Devin. I didn't say he sucks.
Liar!
But he's not a very good actor. I'm sorry.
Liar!
That's not me doing that.
I love Lloyd. Jake Lloyd is the man.
I don't sense any fear in him. He's just a wooden actor. There's no fear in him. What are you talking about, Yoda? Stop lying, Yoda. Stop BSing the audience now.
Yeah, let's put in the chat, Trey. Hashtag Team Lloyd or Team Devin.
See, I'm gonna be, they're kind of. I'm getting turned now because now it's like, okay, wait a minute, what?
Or should we do that after we see this clip of Devin, Trey?
Here,
we're not going to watch the clip after this. Is a watch. Maybe we'll do it for a debate stream.
Let's do it for that.
We can do it after the movie.
This is Phantom Menace time.
Okay, we can do it after the movie. The documentary is only like 16 minutes long. It's not a very long documentary. This is
Bill Antilles. Name drop. So I think that was key there. He wanted to get the role instead of Alderaan. I think Palpatine has always had issues with Alderaan with their political stuff, which led later to finding a reason to destroy him.
I wonder what would have happened if Bill Antilles won.
See, that's a good question. Like maybe Tales of the Empire could have focused on that.
It's actually harder to see how Jake Lloyd,
this is about Devin,
Anakin becomes Hayden Christensen after seeing that great performance by Devin. I mean, my God.
Okay. No more Devin talk until after the stream.
Okay.
Good God.
All right. I'll stop talking about Devin. I'm in love. I think that kid did a wonderful job. I'm like, holy cow, that's like brilliant.
Corey called the authorities. I'm worried about Zod. Make sure he can't be in the nearest school 300 yards away.
The true Anakin Skywalker.
Walking.
Damn it.
You suck, Mace.
Man, yeah, why? And this is the thing. Why does Mace have to be such a dick? Why? Like, really, dude? Like,
well, it's I think this is either mentioned in the comics or in the books. Mace was originally theorized that
as a
he
chosen
was
one, right?
Yeah, he would. The people believed he was the actual chosen one because of his midichlorian count.
well, Mace. Well, think about it. Mace was originally supposed to be played by Tupac Shakur. So that's a that's a fun fact right there. And
look at that. Even Obi-Wan, even Qui-Gon was tired of Obi-Wan's ass. He's like, man, I'm moving on to a new Padawan. This guy is looking at the future. I'm trying to tell him to look at the present.
Yeah, Mace Windu is kind of like blocking everybody. It's kind of a thing. It's like he's looking at people. It's like maybe, but no. I think you, Mr. Windu.
Mace is a party pooper. Mace is the reason why Corey and I have legitimate reasons to hate the Jedi.
Well, but look at this. Jake Lloyd left his home, being a slave, young little Anakin, to come to the council, and the first interaction he has with the Jedi Council is a bunch of political bullshit.
Right. I could see if Jake Lloyd wasn't the loving kid that he is, but he's so loving and innocent and just completely, again, there's that word innocence, right? Now if it was the other actor, if it was Devin, I could see Mace Windu being such a dickhead because that kid has an edge. So that would have made more sense in the story, the dynamic between Mace and Anakin than it does here. Here it just makes Mace Windu look like he's a bully, like he's picking on this poor kid who's just doing right,
I think Devin is the Phantom Menace.
Hear me out, Trevor H. What happens if we're supposed like we're not necessarily supposed to be on the Jedi side? No. The Jedi still do some, shady stuff.
The Jedi have done some politically really, really grimy stuff. The Jedi are not clean in any respect. The Jedi have some of the dirtiest asses in Star Wars lore. That's for sure. Terrible.
And yet the Empire is worse. Oh,
I don't know. I think at least with the Empire, you get some order.
You do get order. I don't think any of them are the answer.
Yeah. I think that's one is worse, one is not great. And I think that's a revelation that should have been like the sequel trilogy, really. You want to go deeper. Like true freedom for everybody. No restrictions that are holding people down.
Unbelievable, man.
Travis, did you see Tales of the Jedi? Curious? Yes. Trey's face.
Well, if you think Trey's face is a sight to behold right now, you should have seen him during Bat Dan's Blood and Honey watch party. That was a sight to behold. Trey, the entire time, Trey's reactions were priceless.
That was, I think, Oracle's favorite movie we've watched so far, too.
Didn't Oracle leave, though, because of the gore?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Smart girl.
Yeah, she was like, no, the gore's not my thing. Gotta go, guys. I remember that.
I'm with you there. It takes me a while. Some very grotesque. Depends.
Well, I mean, it was Blood and Honey. We weren't watching the Serbian film.
I mean, yeah, they put it in the title. Yay! I love cast shadows on actors and settings.
Wow, Trey. I mean, today has just been a complete revelation for me. Thank you, Trey. Like you don't understand. You made this day for me, the 25th anniversary. I am so excited right now. I am like, wow.
What have I done? What have I continued to do?
Now, Trey didn't ruin the Phantom Menace. He elevated the Phantom Menace by opening eyes. Trey hashtag Trey was right.
That's my favorite 4 minutes.
Interesting statues in the background. This is cool. A lot of art design in this movie.
Oh, Trey drank whatever he was drinking that night, an entire bottle. What was it you were drinking that night, Trey? What was it? It was
Proper 12.
Proper 12 from Conor McGregor.
Proper 12. Yeah, proper 12. The whole thing. I love when you called Wonder Wife for more. Bring some more.
I did grab some more too.
I agree, Batman. We got some top tier acting by Jake Lloyd.
Well, Batman, when you see the documentary that I watched, you'll feel differently.
I like these shots. You get the whole cast in it. That's there.
Me too.
Another rare thing, because a lot of times they're shooting separately. Wipe that dumb look off your face. Are you kidding me? Anakin Skywalker, my eye. It's like the celebration, it's celebration in Endor with the Ewoks.
Yeah.
They're all friends,
Yeah, after they decide not to cook them.
Right. I wonder how. Well, okay, Corey, hear me out here. What do you think? What do you think would taste better, Ewok or Porg?
Ooh, probably in all honesty, Porg.
That's what I'm thinking. Porg has that rotisserie chicken, and aesthetic to it. I bet you it tastes just. I think it would be like a really sweet, great piece of chicken, and you could put like hot sauce, put some sweet baby Ray on it. Oh my god, bro!
And it's a vegetarian, right? The Ewoks are going to be eating meat as well, so you probably have to cook them till they're really well done, so you don't get any of that trichinosis action there. So
yeah, they were going to eat Han and Luke.
Yeah,
right. They'll eat. They're cannibals. They'll eat.
You would have to make sure you cook them all the way Ewoks, but I'd still eat an Ewok as well, and then I'd stuff it.
I think we should. I think when we all get together eventually, we should have a stuffed Ewok. I think that would be fun. I think that'd be good. I think we could do with stuffing and some it'd be like a Thanksgiving kind of a thing, Corey. Could be done. Yeah. Look at Trey. These weirdos.
Oh, Bat Dan, you lie.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed Blood and Honey, but I'm not on that level. I wish I could agree with you, Bat Dan, but I can't agree with you there. I think Phantom Menace is a better movie than Blood and Honey. But I do think porg would definitely be the better tasting meat, Super Bro. I think we could if we were gonna have porgs, I think we would eat well. You could do with some potatoes.
And by the way, you can thank Grogu for this. By the way, Grogu is the reason why I think about eating every single creature theme in the Star Wars universe now, because he was just cruising and eating everything. I'm like,
he eats everything. There's even a toy. There's even a Grogu toy where he's eating everything. He's eating all the creatures.
Dang!
Did you guys see that? The toy where it comes with and you basically feed Grogu and he just eats everything.
Thanks for swinging by, Travis Mitchell. We appreciate you. Hopefully you subscribe and come back again, my friend.
Take care.
Looking forward to hearing your thoughts on future shows, dude. Loved reading your comments today. Really
hashtag Devin is the real Anakin. See you, Travis.
I like that instrument.
I do like that instrument.
I want that to be. I want that to be played when we have our porg dinner. We're about to eat our porg. You gotta figure that food in the Star Wars universe has got to be really, really great. I'd love to go to
if you look at it, they have a huge variety of cultures, planets.
Lots of great food.
They must have a huge sushi bar.
I wouldn't want to try death sticks though.
No, those are.
You don't want to eat death sticks.
We're talking about food.
No, we'll eat food and drinks.
Yes, food.
You want to go home and rethink your life.
And rethink your life.
Jedi business. Go back to your drinks. I bet they got some great drinks in the Star Wars universe.
Again, more variety.
That one drink that is at Star Wars World that looks really cool. It's like $400 though, and then it glows and everything like that.
I used to get. They had an energy drink that I used to get a few years back. They had a Star Trek energy drink, Romulan Ale, and it was actually blue like the real Romulan Ale. It had that look to it. It was really good.
That's dope.
I'd love to see a Star Wars themed drinks get released.
Right, you got the butter beer from
Harry
Potter. So I heard they actually are making blue milk now.
Yeah, that is available in the stores, grocery stores now. The blue milk. I think True Moo's making it. I think
True Moo. I'd like to try it. I haven't seen it in any of my grocery stores.
It shouldn't be hard. It should be fun.
I prefer my milk raw.
What's cool about conventions when they're in town, Star Wars anime. Some neighboring bars will make drinks themed for that convention. Oh, dang.
I love
when
these
did they-
fighters too. They're so cool.
That
Man, I
triple
connected
tonguing
so
with the trumpet. Tick-a-dip. That's so cool.
yeah.
It's like a music masterclass with all this soundtrack.
Roger, Robert Leo. This was so cool watching the deployment of the droids.
Would have been the right time for them to attack.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. I love it. Boom, 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 boom. What's up, Charles? He says, yeah, True Moon has the blue milk. It's good. That's a great question. Is it blueberry?
Would it go
Good to
well
see
with
you,
Captain
Charles.
Crunch cereal?
Ooh.
Like the berry one?
Do you see some blue milk, Trey? Down there. You have to bring some up the next time we see each other.
I think the point of those big shields is to block the heavy fire that would annihilate more of their people.
You ready for this freaking score of fire?
Yeah, let's go,
Oh,
baby.
yes. Mm. Mm.
We'll take the long way.
I love this.
It's about to go down.
One of the greatest theme songs that Star Wars has produced. They have so many banners, right? There's
So cool.
WTF
so cool.
scene. Oh my gosh. What up, Sin Havoc?
Sin Havoc. There he is.
Sin Havoc, what's up, brother?
Darth Jedi. What up, Sam? Williams is kicking Red Hood out well.
Yawn.
Man, switch it off, buddy. You got this. See, this is where he like just brings in like all of us as fans. Like, man, this would be so awesome. Like, all right, I'm going to put on this helmet and we're going to fight.
It's very it's very Zoo Ranger way where the kids are
Yes,
involved, you know what I mean?
You know, I seen a very, very good fan edit of the Phantom Menace. Well, actually, it's a fan edit of all the prequels. It was cut down to 90 minutes, and it starts with the big fight between Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, and Darth Maul. That's how
Yeah, I saw one that was a fan edit. It was, I think the movie was 3 hours, but it's all 3 movies. But the only part they kept was this final part as the beginning.
Yeah, I like the 90-minute version. I thought the 90-minute version was epic.
I love watching fan edits. They're cool. Especially
I
with
like how he
prequels.
has like an extended noisy cricket tree.
What's that, dude?
Padme has like an extended noisy cricket. Extended barrel noisy
Oh
cricket.
yeah, she kind of does.
God,
Yeah.
God, could you be any more stilted, Annie? Come on, man. Put a little life into your performance. God. So wonder.
How's he controlling it like that? Very
That's cool.
suspicious, Jar Jar.
Yeah, man, Nick Gillard, he's the GOAT. They honestly need to bring him back, or someone who is as good as him, because they have never ever come anywhere close to episode 3's fight. They really do need to like up their game for dual fights.
Yeah. They did a lot of their homework for this stuff.
Yeah.
The rehearsals too, the time and effort. They had dueling pipes of lightsabers that would constantly get broken. They just bend them back and switch them out.
Wow, so fake.
Control.
Nice. Like how he shot that. He's like, pew, pew.
Do I need to grab the whiskey bottles out?
Woo! Look at that drop.
Watching this now, it'll drive you to drink. Ain't that right, Trey? It's crazy.
He switched guns.
My God, George Lucas, what were you thinking? Jesus.
We had one of those exact toy guns, but they shot little Nerf darts. They didn't shoot the grapple.
Such a great thing.
Wow.
Oh.
See, I did this to myself watching
Nice
always
combo.
watching that fan edit. Like I always thought this fight happened a lot earlier, and I'm like, no, I ruined my own memory because of watching the fan edit.
Amen, Bet.
Man, the sound effects so on point. It almost adds to the music, and the music adds with it. You can't tell which came
Ray,
first.
Ray Park is a boss, man. So awesome as Darth Maul. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I ran into him at a grocery store in Burbank. He was just getting milk. I was like, "Oh, whoa."
Did you get him to be in your movie?
No, I don't have that kind of money, dog. That was before when I was even doing it. It was like in 2010.
That's cool though.
I mean, I don't know. If you told him the concept of your movie, he might have been willing to do it for you. I mean, without.
No, I keep myself for me. Besides, he's probably used to it. Someone's like, "Hey, hey, guess what? I have an idea." Can you imagine how many times these people hear that?
%100% Sin Havoc. Yes. Sin Havoc is on point. But Trey knows. Trey understands. But you know what, Sin Havoc? That wouldn't always been the case. We could have had a really awesome Anakin. in this movie.
I'm still a Jake Lloyd fan.
There's a child actor out there. His name was Devin, and he was robbed.
Very Indiana Jonesy.
Yeah. Kind of like how Sean Connery's character would like clumsily hit someone in a tank or something.
Yep. And the tank, Han Solo holding on to the.
The side of it.
No, Trey, what happened if one day you woke up and you found yourself in a timeline where Devin was Anakin Skywalker, but you remembered that Jake Lloyd was Anakin Skywalker? Would that freak you out?
I would say this kid has no innocence to him. No innocence. He was evil from the get-go. Obi-Wan never gave up.
Yeah, I might be Team Obi-Wan at that point then.
Yep.
I mean, yeah. If you find out, that the kid was too far gone. See, and that actually makes more sense when you think about it, because all the stuff that Yoda sensed in him, the dickery of Mace Windu, all of that makes more sense with an edgier kid as Anakin. But when you have a kid as nice as Jake Lloyd playing Anakin, right? A kid that just pure innocence, it's harder for you to accept that he turned to the dark side and became Darth Vader. Yeah.
Ooh.
Trey, your face has no innocence.
Oh.
Back when stabbing people with a lightsaber meant you're dead.
You want here's where
the way it always is. I don't know
Obi-Wan gave up too soon. Obi-Wan clearly gave up too early on Qui-Gon, because if he just would have taken him directly to the back to tanks, he would have survived. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Disney logic.
If we go by Disney logic, you're 100% right. I mean,
he gave up too quickly on Qui-Gon, because Qui-Gon was just like, don't worry, when we get back to the council, I'll be able to further your training. It's just like, oh, what was that, master? I'm the master now.
Yeah. Disney logic makes everything work, doesn't it?
Only for them.
I wonder if they could do a
Hi, Kira. Fun fact, I guess Keira Knightley's parents tried to convince her not to audition for this role.
Why?
They were Star Trek fans?
No, she was a Star Wars fan. She the 12-year-old actress still sought the role.
Well, Knightley fared a lot better than Devin did, so. It's unfortunate, but that's the way it goes.
I love the intensity in which Obi-Wan fights here. It's the hardest he's ever fought for something.
That's so smooth.
Yeah, I wish
Obi-Wan is the first Jedi like in 100 years to defeat a Sith.
I wish Obi-Wan would have put that much effort into.
Because he actually tried for once.
His friendship with Anakin. Yeah, right.
After that, he just got cocky and was like, you know what? And he doesn't even listen to his own rule.
All right.
He clearly has the high ground right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like poetry and rhymes.
Or maybe he didn't teach Anakin everything because clearly Obi-Wan doesn't need the high ground.
So once again,
Or he wrote the book of how to
Obi-Wan
do that move,
failed
so he knew how to
Anakin.
telegraph it.
If Obi-Wan
That's how I
didn't
took it.
teach Anakin everything straight, then Obi-Wan failed Anakin. You just admitted it. And you want to know who else admitted it?
I have failed you, Anakin. I have failed you.
Lots of failure going on. Lots of failure going on here. It's terrible.
Now this is pod racing.
Yeah, it's lines like that. It's stuff like that. Totally unnecessary.
What? That's a great line there. It reminds me of
This is where the fun begins.
Yeah, but imagine that line being delivered with feeling. Hashtag we were robbed. Oh boy, here we go. Yes. See,
Jake Lloyd did save the day.
Obi-Wan actually has to
Team Jake
fight
Lloyd.
for something here. Obi-Wan. Yeah, you're not going to give up now, are you, Obi-Wan? Obi-Wan's cold, literally, like severed the dude, like, oh my god.
And we
Lucas robbed
know
us.
falling in pits doesn't kill you.
It just softens the blow.
No.
Unbelievable.
Listen to what he says, Trey. Promise.
Trey, you look like
Promise
you
me
need
you
a
would
drink.
train the boy.
Breaking
Teach
news.
him everything you
Watch
know.
parties will now be solo. I'm just kidding.
He is the chosen one. He will bring balance.
Trey, you
Train
look
him.
like you need a drink, buddy. What do you got? You get a drink? You about to drink something?
Aw.
That is
That was a
sad.
good scene.
It was that scene also makes me sad.
Does it?
Qui-Gon would have changed the way Anakin would have gone.
I think Qui-Gon was the ideal Jedi. He was the balance, and then he couldn't survive in their.
We
The
would've been
Jedi
a-
did lose their way.
yeah.
They were arrogant. They were controlling. They didn't
We would have
realize.
been in a much better place if it was
Mhm.
Qui-Gon that survived than Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
But Jar Jar didn't want that life debt, so he hoped he would die. Okay,
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, see, because he's like, he has what you know, and a life debt to me. He's like, now I'm in government position. I don't need you, Qui-Gon. Let me help sabotage. Work with Sidious here.
We'll watch your career with great interest.
Was that Ahmed Best right back there?
Oh, I kind of did. I see him. Well, he's in Attack of the Clones at the bar.
Yeah.
Right? The Jar Jar actor, right? That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Shut yourself up.
He's too
Oh, yeah.
stilted. He's too stilted to be a Jedi.
He's supposed to be a Jedi Knight for a while,
Then help Yoda.
right?
Yeah, Yoda, stop being a dogmatic prick and help. Jedi scumbags.
Ay.
Yoda is much nicer in the Clone Wars.
Eh. Here he's just a little green prick. That's all he is.
But then again, at this point now, Yaddle has died.
Yeah.
Well. So he ain't.
There's a lot of emotions going on.
Lazy
If he was like together with Yaddle, he's even more frustrated.
Mm-hmm. No, not yet. Because news of the death and all still has to hit Coruscant for a bit.
You don't think it has already?
No, I think it happens after Qui-Gon's funeral. So this is here. So she might still be alive for like probably a week.
Mm. So then there was
maybe she broke up with him and he's a little extra cranky.
Unkick Yoda. That's fantastic. Sid Havoc is on the right side here.
Yes, it is. It's
Jedi,
and it's also
Jedi are evil.
And listen to the singing here. It's the Sith hum. Just
With the
sped up.
Sith song?
Yep. Listen to them.
There you go.
What's Sith song?
Just wait.
They're celebrating they're celebrating the end of Jake Lloyd's career.
Okay, you know that, right?
Celebrating.
Wow.
It's the Sith meditation.
Oh, just faster.
Yes, it's just faster.
And in a major key.
Yes. Isn't that sweet?
Wow. See, I thought that dude is holding one of those things that you see at the science museum. You put your hand on.
She looks like Tinkerbell there.
Tinkerbell.
We buried you, then we partied. That's right. A celebration of life.
Well, they still have to celebrate that they won this battle. Yeah.
The planet.
You're gonna have death, but the celebration that comes after the death.
25 years, baby.
Yes.
Being old,
and it's still an awesome movie.
You old ass Trey. This movie makes you feel old, doesn't it? Probably like
it does now.
Movie that you remember in the theaters.
Oh, I love the movie too. I love the movie.
Wait, what's that? What's the
experience? Yes,
it's definitely one of the first movies I remember. I mean, I remember the 1998 Sony Godzilla movie. So, I mean, but yeah, man, it's still nostalgic. Other than having this freaking guy.
Hey, I love this movie. What are you talking about? I love this movie. I'm one of those.
Jake Lloyd, baby.
I'm just telling you that I think Devin would have been a better choice, and you introduced me to that option, Trey. So what are you mad about?
I love this movie too, Oracle.
I'm not saying it's a bad movie. Come on, guys. What's going on here?
I still love this movie.
When did I become the bully? It's a good movie. I love this movie. The hell? What's going on?
This movie's great.
You watch that documentary, and y'all will feel the same way that I do right now. Stop it. You guys just don't know yet because you haven't watched the documentary.
Right.
Please. I put the documentary in the private chat, so Trey, you might want to give some credence to the argument here. Although, I don't know, y'all are Team Jake Lloyd, so I don't know what to tell you.
Oh my God. He's trying to guilt trip me into this.
No.
I did see this one. I do remember.
I'm trying to guilt trip anybody. It's the truth.
That's all right. Leave Jake Lloyd. Leave Jake Lloyd. it aloud. Leave Britney alone.
All right, was right. Listen, I don't have a problem with Jake Lloyd. I just think that Jake Lloyd was miscast. I'm sorry.
What we need to stop doing is, pointing fingers about who ruined this movie or, what's making this wrong. It's just like, you're a problem. Son. You're a real problem. Man, I will say this. 25 years later, this film still holds up for me. It's nostalgic. Yes, it is a little more campy. It's a little kid-friendly compared to the original trilogy, but it's the thing I appreciate about this movie the most, when it comes to the original trilogy, it wasn't the same bullshit. Episode 7, Force Awakens was
the same
bullshit.
Yeah.
Same
old stuff, nothing new.
Completely different. Tonally, it was different. Stylistically, it was different. It is
the adventures from point A to point B to point C. Totally
exactly,
different.
but it still has the same language. It's still within this universe. It doesn't feel foreign, and in a way, even though I love Andor and I think it's some of the best writing Star Wars has ever had, there's times when it does feel foreign. It doesn't feel of the same Star Wars universe. It feels something more like Blade Runner. This here, with what George Lucas was doing with the original trilogy, each film felt different than the original. So I respect him for not wanting to reuse things that he knows works. He tried something different. And for me, as a kid, it worked because I immediately became hooked on the wonder of the Force, the Jedis, the good versus evil, the tragic fall of Darth Vader, and Anakin Skywalker, and the incredible performance of Jake Lloyd. And and even the music stylistically with John Blake, it's very different.
He had new
the original
stuff.
Trilogy.
I wanna just add briefly to what you just said, Trey. Andor is very, very different. Andor did something different with Star Wars. So I have to give Andor as much credit as what you're saying right now for the Phantom
I would
Menace.
agree with that.
Phantom Menace is different.
But the tone was different.
Has the same flavor, but it's different enough. And Andor, for me, did the same thing. Andor is just another. We need more stuff like Andor and the Phantom Menace in terms of switching things up and giving us different tones in Star Wars, not rehashing like the point you made about the sequel trilogy. I couldn't agree more with what you just said.
It's even like we've talked about with Godzilla. Godzilla has been able to withstand the test of time because he can do many different types of genres tonally. He can be the fun family.
They keep making different movies about Godzilla. They're not all the same type of crap. No, they keep making different. They keep making different films with different tones and different motivations,
different timelines,
and giving us a lot to go off of. Sin Havoc 100%. Yes. Godzilla evolves like Star Wars is supposed to.
And I remember once this movie ended, and obviously you're playing with the lightsabers and stuff like that, but I remember in a weird way, this Star Wars was one of the first movies I remember having a deep conversation with my mom about, kind of deep diving like we do now with YouTube, because we were sitting in the car at Blockbuster, probably picked up Phantom Menace for VHS or a Godzilla movie, and we were discussing how we thought Anakin was going to fall to the dark side. What was going to be the thing that did it for him? And I remember that's just a vivid memory I have of the first time being 7 years old, 8 years old, and breaking down a movie and being like, well, I think this is going to happen because of, what this is going to do, and Palpatine, what he's trying to do. So it kind of, in a weird way, there's a bit of a origin story here with the Bat Channel and why I'm passionate about looking at these films in a different light, just face value as entertainment. So I still love.
Mom let you see movies that you weren't supposed to see at your age, that I wasn't able to see at my age. My age.
I was able to see Jurassic Park probably when I was months old.
That's usually the thing with the firstborns. We get more restrictions. We have to be on the slide. Then once we get used to, the young ones, you catch up fine.
Yeah.
It's like, dang it.
Exactly. Zod, 25 years later. Well, I'll let you speak. 25 years later, Phantom Menace. What?
Yeah, it's still a nice experience. It's still very enjoyable, and I swear, sitting here with you guys was giving me that theatrical thrill all over again. Just being around such great friends and enjoying the movie. And I have to thank you once again, Trey, for opening my eyes about Devin. I really love that you did that for me, because that really, really, really hammers home every criticism I had about the Phantom Menace. I mean, I swear, I was like, all of my criticisms are answered simply by watching that documentary and seeing those couple of scenes with Devin. I'm thinking, my God, yes, it all makes perfect sense. It's like the Phantom Menace was written for Devin to play Anakin, but because George Lucas liked Jake Lloyd's innocence more, that's what he went for. So that's what we got. We got an innocent Anakin instead of a more realistic Anakin that would have flowed a little bit better with the story. That's the difference. You either get innocent Anakin or a more realistically grounded Anakin, which I think is the difference between the two actors. So I appreciate that, Trey. Something new for the 25th anniversary of the Phantom Menace. This blew my mind. I didn't even know this was a thing. I didn't even realize this is what it came down to. But my God, that was great. So I love this experience. I hope we'll all be here 25 years from now to watch this again for the 50th anniversary of Phantom Menace. We'll all be pretty old, but
yeah. Steve, I mean, we'll definitely do the Clone Wars anniversary, but the Bat Channel does Star Wars shows all the time when something comes out, like the Acolyte, which I believe comes out in, did I hear August or July? I think it's something like that. So I mean, we'll be doing
or Tales of the Jedi, or Tales of the Empire, like we did earlier.
Oh God, the Acolyte! I can't wait. We can really have fun when the Acolyte comes out. I cannot wait. Oh yes.
But yeah, I'm excited to see our actor from Squid Game and Along with the Gods as a Jedi.
He's in it, which is why I was excited about that.
I'm a fan of him.
So yeah, I mean, we'll definitely be talking more about Star Wars with our Delta Squad stream. So make sure you subscribe, sir, because we'd love to see you back. Tim Sark, the coolest scene I remember from seeing this movie the first time, seeing Darth Maul pop out his double blade lightsaber. Yeah, that's a.
And he's right. June 4th is the Acolyte, so we'll be starting that up here soon.
Fairly soon.
All right, right. Yeah, the Acolyte. Yes. Happy time.
Koj, you're 25 years later, my man. Phantom Menace. Thoughts?
Yeah. 25 years later, I still haven't gone to my high school reunion. We graduated in 99, and our class was a bunch of geeks and nerds. And Star Wars kind of got us all to talk about stuff. Even like there was a preview of the soundtrack on TV, and then they did a Phantom Menace where they played the track and they showed the making of the film to like a pseudo teaser trailer, and I recorded it. And I was telling my teachers about it. I was like, "Oh, you have the tape with it?" It's like, "Yeah, here it is, teacher." It was like, "Class, we're going to watch some Star Wars." Every class, first period to sixth period, every teacher was like, "Hey, let's put on that Star Wars." Like, the hype and love for Star Wars was there. And when I watch this movie, it's still there. Those memories are still like in each moment, and it delivers. It doesn't feel slow. Sure, people can be picky about certain line deliveries. I am, but it doesn't destroy the magic, the tone, the adventure that, George Lucas gives us with the action. And of course, the PG rating was different from the 70s, 80s to now. so you could feel that difference. But even still, he made it work to what feels like Star Wars, even though it's a different adventure. And it's just a great film. It's a lot of fun. I don't see any problems with it. I mean, no, I do, but not to the point where it breaks it at all.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's just it ages classically. Doesn't age bad. I don't think it gets even better, but it ages classically because like, wow, there are actually some cool things that they did back then that you see movies now struggle to do successfully, like with sequences and special effects and world building, and how easy it was for George Lucas just to, expand the world that he gave us like ages ago. So it's very brilliant, and the hate is unwarranted, over the top, I think, and the appreciation is still there. It was great, and it flowed by really quick too. It was cool.
I agree. Super Bro, 25 years later, you got the Darth Maul wrap wristband. And now here you are, 25 years later.
Yeah. Man, it's definitely opened up my eyes even more to how Obi-Wan has failed Anakin.
I have failed you, Anakin. I have failed you.
I should have known the Jedi were plotting to take over.
Anakin, Chancellor Palpatine is evil.
From my point of view, the Jedi are evil.
100%. Yes.
I saw you there, Koj, in the background, and I prepared myself just in case.
Oh!
If you tried to attack me with that after I said that. No. I think episode 1 is great. Brings back a lot of memories. I love Darth Maul, and Darth Maul proves to be just an awesome character in the Clone Wars series. I have a lot of appreciation for Qui-Gon Jinn, even more so with Tales of the Jedi. So like episode 1, I think, my favorite character is Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader. I've loved, it's just such a huge character arc and really what drives the entire Star Wars series. So it's always fascinating to me to see him as a young boy all the way until he's, old and, got, to the very end. So, episode 1 still holds a special place in my heart. It's fast paced, it's high energy. There's a lot of fun stuff going on, and you get amazing space battles. I love Jake Lloyd's impression of being a young Anakin Skywalker, because again, to me, it's that pureness of us as Skywalker, of Star Wars fans. How cool would it have been to be thrown into an N1 starfighter, and you're flying around and you're doing all these different things, and it's almost like he's on the ride, like a Star Wars ride the entire movie. It's somehow all going to be
Corey, it's not worth the bullying. It's not worth the bullying after the fact. I feel so bad for Jake Lloyd. Everything he had to go through. Terrible.
Yeah, I'm a fan of back down, Cody. Back down.
I just want the sound effects. All right. Oh, that's great. Carry on.
No, but I just think of like Star Wars Episode 1 was like Trey's and I's generation of Star Wars. I'm still like the old Star Wars, because that's what I originally watched from the beginning. I was 12 years old or so when Episode 1 came out. So it was cool to see Star Wars in the movie theaters, So I still hold the prequels very close to my heart and everything like that. So 25 years later, I'm still enjoying it. I think Attack of the Clones. I love Attack of the Clones, and I also love the Episode 3. Man, that's Episode 3 is probably my favorite Star Wars.
Agreed.
Film. So, yeah, man. What a great start to start the prequels, in my opinion. The whole Jar Jar Binks thing didn't bother me then, and it doesn't bother me now. Yeah, it was just a fun movie. You know, there's a lot of things to love about it. After watching this all these years, I definitely would have been, a great Jedi, kind of like Qui-Gon Jinn, or I wished, Anakin would have walked away with Ahsoka as well, but especially seeing all the craziness of the Jedis as well. They Mace Windu, they all fell into the political scam that the Emperor was pushing out. So yeah, that's kind of my take. I still really love this movie.
Yeah, man. I agree. I agree with a lot of what you guys are saying, and I think it's fun to know that 25 years later, and this universe, this franchise that George Lucas has created is still it's still important to people. And I think while the fandom seems divided because of what Disney has done lately, I think if anything, it doesn't mean the IP is dead or lost. I think it means that people are still super passionate about the IP and they just want to see it done right. And right by George Lucas, especially. So we'll see with what Disney has in the future. They have a couple of projects that I'm kind of curious about, especially with this James Mangold kind of Dawn of the Jedi origin story that he's going to be looking into. And we'll see what the Acolyte brings in June. And I'm excited to binge watch the Bad Batch now and see how that beloved series ends. And also to see where they go with Ahsoka, because Ahsoka, while I think there were some great moments in Ahsoka, the end kind of fell short a little bit for me, but it's taken it in a direction I never thought they would go with Star Wars. And I'm curious to see where they take it, especially for the beloved character that Rosario Dawson is playing. So I don't know. We'll see. It all depends on the quality of content. Hopefully Disney gets away from, they have a lot going on with Star Wars right now. And I hope they're not doing quantity over quality, because it should always start with quality. So we'll see. I don't know. But guys, as we start to wrap up tonight, my boy Zod, I know we talked about it earlier, but just for the newcomers who maybe weren't with us earlier for Tales of the Empire, what you got coming up, my man?
I got another late night Q&A coming up this Wednesday. I'll also be collaborating with Bat Dan for another episode of our X-Men review show, where we cover the X-Men the X-Men animated series, eventually leading up to X-Men 97. So yeah, that's what I know of as of right now.
Cool. Well, X-Men 97, dude, I just started watching it. I think I'm 4 episodes in, and I see what everyone's talking about. It's
the greatest thing Disney's ever produced.
To me,
in my
it
opinion,
kind of makes me feel like I'm coming back to the Justice League Unlimited shows, because that to me is like some of the greatest like superhero animated stuff ever. And this is the X-Men 97 is kind of adding a little more maturity to it, a little more complexity with it. And but I think they're doing it at the level of what Justice League Unlimited and those early 2000 shows did. So yeah, I'm digging it, dude. I'm curious to see your guys' review on it. Our boy Koji, what's got going on, man?
Hey, just planning some watch parties. May 17th is one, and some others to follow after. And more Super Sentai watch party review with you guys, the Bat Channel.
Chocolate's coming up next, right?
Yeah, that's the May 17th one, and some others. I think you're joining that too, bro. And
sure.
More of my live streams. Koji's Corner is back. More of my opinions, gameplay footage, and other stuff. So yeah, that's my little world of all that stuff. So if you like that shenanigans, come through and see what's good there. I appreciate ya.
Yeah. Guys, you already know what to do. Subscribe to our boy Zod. Subscribe to our boy Koji.
And subscribe to the Bat Channel.
if you so wish, if you guys want to, if you want more great Star Wars, Jurassic Park, Godzilla,
anything but DC, come to the Bad Channel. That's what
DC,
you gotta do.
you know,
More tokusatsu these days.
We watch it so you don't have to, kind of thing with DC.
Yeah.
But we'll definitely continue to keep making great content with you guys as long as you show up. So when that bat signal shines in the sky, answer the call.
Signal.
You know, you already know what to do. Smash that like, share this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. I'm your host, Trey, with Zobrider, Super Bro, Corey, and Koj. And don't forget to tune in weekly.
Same bat time.
Same bat channel. Happy May the 4th, guys. See you later.
Happy May the 4th, everybody.
Happy May the 4th. Been a great time spending it all with y'all. Here we go. Peace. It's over, Koj.
I think it's over for you. No!
There goes the other hand. And the other hand.
Snap. No!
And the other hand. And the other leg. The leg. See you tomorrow for Revenge of the 5th. We done.